Hey everyone, my name is Hong Zhan, and today I'm going to discuss about orthorexia nervosa, which is a psychological disorder or condition related to the nutrition aspect. So I'm going to break down this condition by using the 4 Ws and 1H framework, which I find it to be quite effective in understanding a concept or understanding a issue. So first of all, I'm going to move on to the first W, which is what. What is orthorexia nervosa? So I'm going to explain it word by word, literally. So following the first word, orthorexia, the first part, ortho meaning correct or right, and the rexia, also refers as orexia, refers to the appetite lah in this context. And for the word nervosa, it literally means nervous, or in this context, referring to the mental disorder. So, in short, orthorexia nervosa meanings an eating disorder that involve an unhealthy obsession with healthy eating. So, meaning the individuals develop obsession of eating only foods perceived as healthy, pure, and clean. So next, I'm going to move on to the second W, which is the who. Who is affected? Who is the individual at risk for orthorexia? So, individual at risk for orthorexia are individuals with more profound health awareness, such as nutrition or dietetic students, also or even nutritionists. This is due to the fact that they have higher level of nutrition knowledge, and they tend to know how to assess the food values or their nutritional values more professionally. So meaning yeah, they have this awareness about the contents of the food they intake. And yeah, whereas for athletes and fitness enthusiasts, they are also more prone to orthorexia due to the fact that they have to practice the healthy diet in order to maintain their physique, maintain their body shape, and boost their sports performance in terms of many types of sports lah. And for vegan and vegetarians, I believe that their main cause of turning vegan or turning vegetarian is because of the health aspect lah, as they are concerned about their health and they want to practice a healthy diet by eating vegan. So the potential cause being trained to value excess food and the healthfulness of foods from this group of individuals lah. And the problem being the overly obsession, and they tends to going too far, and in the end affecting their mental health, causing the feeling of imbalance lah. So furthermore, we are going to talk about where does it occur? Where does orthorexia occur? So mainly it occurs in the urban and developed countries or cities. As you know, they have numerous food sources, variety and diverse food trends, and even their people are with higher education level. So with higher education level, they tends to have this awareness, they tends to have this concept, they tends to have this knowledge about, oh, it is important to practice a healthy lifestyle. So furthermore, they are even easier to design or tailor a healthy diet, as their food sources are quite numerous compared to the rural areas. So, besides that, facilities, organizations, or healthcare industries, these organizations have members which are more health focused, as they face maybe patients or maybe clients with health issues which are related to food intake or maybe nutritional intake. So they know how to tackle them, they know how to encounter these diseases maybe through a healthy diet. So they are more concerned about this lah. And then for in terms of social media, people tends to be brainwashed by healthcare influencers that are misleading, which they spread a misconception they spread the false information without a deeper level of verification. So they just like search up the data or the informations from the web, and they just straight away present it to the public. So this is a very misleading act lah. And then next, we're going to move on to the fourth W's, which is the why, the most important why. Why does orthorexia nervosa happens? So we can define it into two main aspects. First being the person's thinking. So individuals with orthorexia tends to have negative self-thoughts, distorted thinking, and also negative moral labeling and self-imposed anxiety. So they tends to think that, oh, eating unhealthy foods, they are so-called unhealthy, means they are being bad, or they are being a failure. They are doing something obnoxious, and they'll feel guilty when they eat this kind of foods. So in terms of behavior, uh, there are two types of traits that shape our this so-called obsessive personality. First being the perfectionist traits, and second being the obsessive compulsory traits, also known as OCDs lah. So these traits further develop into personality, and it influence various individuals lah. So they'll think that eating healthy equals to being perfect. So they wanted to be perfect, so they are going to develop a obsession of eating healthy. So bottom line being deeper psychological struggles with anxiety, self-control, and self-image. So next, we are going to move on to the how it affects us. How does orthorexia affect us innocent individuals? So first of all, from the nutritional status and physical aspects, okay, individuals suffering from orthorexia tends to have nutrient deficiencies, underweight, weakened immune system, and maybe difficulty to focus on tasks, and easily causing fatigue. This is due to the fact that they tend to avoid certain food groups, for example meat, fats, and carbs, which are known as, which they determine as unhealthy. And these foods are normally macronutrients that contain large amount of macronutrients. So for nutrient deficiencies, yeah, they don't have enough nutrients. And then for underweight, it's due to the fact that they avoid maybe meats, which are high in protein content, and protein of course help in our growth. So without adequate protein, they will have underweight due to the lack of growth lah. And then for weakened immune system is mainly due to the fact that patients or individuals suffering from orthorexia, they tend to lack certain kind of vitamins or maybe nutrients that helps to boost up our immune system or strengthen our immune. So yeah, they have weakened one. And then in terms of difficulty to focus, this is due to the fact that they avoid high energy foods, which provide us with energy and sufficient calorie intake to carry out our daily activities. So from the psychological aspect, it affects us by causing anxiety around food, causing mental health deterioration, and also causing the feeling of guilt and shame. So individuals suffering from orthorexia develop constant fear of eating unhealthy, and they feel emotional stress, self-blame when they are breaking the rules lah, meaning they are eating the so-called unhealthy foods. So next, I'm going to discuss about the signs and symptoms. So if anyone around you have one or two of these symptoms or signs, do reach out to them for help. Do reach out to them to help them, provide them with guidance, and help them to overcome this disorder together. So first, having obsession with nutritions and also healthy foods. They tend to have intense fear, and and by avoiding unhealthy foods, They also obsessively check ingredient lists and nutrients label for all the foods they intake or for all the foods that they are going to purchase. So they spend lots of time sparing perceived as healthy meals, and to the point that they interfere with some areas of their life, interfering with their daily activities. So next, they have excessive critical view over others' diet and others' eating habit. So there isn't any so-called unhealthy food. It all comes down to how you eat it. It is wisely said by Dr. Liana from the first semester when she's teaching the course of principles of human nutrition. And I want to emphasize that when healthy eating becomes harmful, it is no longer healthy. Is that true? So yeah, this is the question to think about. Thank you, everyone.